Hello, everybody. Normally we doing rocks, but you know what? Found a little bit of a awesome thing out here in the woods the other day, and I've been taking advantage while they're here. You can probably see them peeking right there on the top screen. One top center, and there's one a little bit more to the right. And if we kind of kink over here, boop, uh-oh. Amanita Muscaria. See any more? Oh. Maybe. Oh, yes. There's 3, 4 more over there. There's a button coming up over there I can see. Where is it? Right under there. I'll show you. Yes, you got to check really good under this litter. And I don't walk, I don't step. Because everywhere you see a little bump of leaves like that, there might be an amanita under there. So these are commonly called fly agaric. Its scientific name is Amanita Muscaria. Amanita family is famous for having probably the largest amount of poisonous and deadly mushrooms in its genus. But these are, and you're going to hear all kinds of stuff, that they're extremely toxic, extremely poisonous. Well, they can be. When they are fresh, they contain, it's called ibotenic acid. Ibotenic acid is it bonds to a certain inhibitor in your brain that will give you happy feelings, gives you energy. It's an upper, and that will be when it's fresh. It's contained highly, percentage-wise, directly underneath that orangish, reddish cap skin is, I guess, where the most concentration of it is. There is a concentration of it in the bulb. So this is a very unique mushroom. Toadstool. I mean, people call it a magic mushroom. It's comparatively to a psilocybe, it's not. It's different. So there's ibotenic acid, and then there's some muscimol, and then when you dry or cook this mushroom, that's when the ibotenic acid is decarboxylated into muscimol. Now, muscimol is the nicer of the two compounds. Muscimol will give you happy dreams, makes you feel good. It helps treat depression, helps treat anxieties, helps treat PTSD, helps treat addictions, apparently. These are, research that's been done on it. I'm out here in the woods, I can't really cite anything right now, but I'm watching a lot on it. I've been studying mushrooms since I was a teenager. I kind of wanted to actually go into mycology as some sort of career in mycology, but I couldn't really figure out what I was going to do with it. So I ended up going just with a zoology, biology major, chem minor, Chico State. I really specialized in zoology, so I kind of decided I thought I might want to be a wildlife biologist. And, that didn't pan out either. And now I sell stuff online. So anyway, so what I do is, I'll show you kind of the process here. So let's set this up and show you. Come on, gloves. That's not allowing me to zoom out. There we go. So maybe if I set this up here. That's decent. Well, maybe. So let's try to set it up against a little tree. What you can see on the screen. Come on. Step. Okay, it's right off to the side. Okay. So, carry a knife. Very sharp. Sharpen it well before I leave. This is a basic survival knife with the compass and stuff in it. So what I do is I will carefully remove the stuff from around it. This one's really clean on top, which is really nice. Now you can kind of see at the base there and how fat these things are at the bottom. And you see the bulb it's sitting in, the stalk sitting in that bulb. it's an egg, really. That's what's unique about this mushroom, is it hatches out of an egg. It's freaking weird. And the cap expands. This is choice time right now for this particular mushroom. It's going to be in perfect shape. Let me go ahead and grab it at the base. So what I do, because we got good stuff in the bulb, I want to get as much of it as I can. I'll dig it out if I feel like it's giving me too much resistance. See that? I got it all. That's everything. See, still got part of the veil attached to the base there where the cap lifted off. The cap was attached here. It was covered in these little yellow spots. So what I do, this one I'll keep the whole thing. I'll cut all this dirt off of here, get as clean as I can, blow off the stuff that gets on the gills, and then I'll put it in my bag. And I'm gonna get a wicker basket to carry around to harvest these. What I do is I just bring a plastic bag out, grocery bag, take usually caps and bases, or full ones if they're little bulbs like these little tiny brand new ones that are popping up. Keep the whole thing. Those are the most potent ones. So just be careful. If you're going to eat the fresh, take a nibble. Okay, take a nibble off the cap. Wait an hour. If you feel okay, take another nibble. Mushrooms can vary 10 times in their amount of compounds and potency. And it has nothing to do with anything that you can figure out. So you just have to be super careful. Ibotenic acid, if I eat this whole thing, I would go into convulsions, go into shock. I'd have extreme stomach upset. It wouldn't kill me, but I would not be happy. Okay. When this is dry, I could eat 3 of these. I'd have great dreams. Within an hour, I'd be asleep, and I would sleep like a rock all night. But if I would take a nibble off this cap. It's going to give me energy for a while. Keeps me out here hunting. So anyway, I'll join you a little bit later. When I get back to the house, and we'll clean them up. Thanks. Bye. All right, here's a perfect opportunity to show you some stuff. So these are the ones I was showing you that were just like 10 feet away from me over there when I was grabbing those others. Number one, great thing about where I live, it's hunting season. So I can shoot quail, dove, ducks, geese right now. There's a pond right there. Not on it right now. I've jumped quail out here a couple times. Lots of poison oak. A machete handy. Sharp. I have this mining pick. I think is what it is. It's got this little scoop shovel on one end, and it's sharp, and it's dug in the tree right now. On that end. What I do with that is I will pick the leaf litter when I see a poker outer, and I'll find them. Now check this out. Okay, so this is what I did with the ones over there. Yeah, pop the cap off carefully. So I'm keeping the stem and the bulb, and then there's that entire little one right there. And that's how I work it. I mean, that one, those two, those are gonna go cap off, probably cut off the stem and throw it away. Same with those, the big ones over there. So just two hiders. Now, here's another thing. I think, I'm not positively identified these yet. I'm 95% sure this is a bullet, and I just need to finish identification, but it could be a pepper bullet. So bullets have sponge gills underneath, green, like greenish yellow, looks like a sponge, not like normal gills, like fish gills. Can I get a focus? Anyway, so I think that one right there, that one. So you may have multiple. That is a completely different kind of mushroom over there. There's white ones out here. There's ones out here I identified as they look like a chanterelle, but they're not. They're called a pretender. I forget the name of them, like lactorella something or other. Oh, I just spotted this little guy. Let's see if you can see him when I go past him. Oh, what's that? Pokey. There's one hiding under there, I tell you. So, and I'll bet you I'll bet you, it's hard to see. Same time, there is a clump. Now, see that clump of black leaves right there? You know, I bet you, this is why I don't walk in. Because I'll just step on these little buggers. I bet you, I carefully, carefully peel these back. What have we here? Nice, beautiful Amanita Muscaria. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm gonna look around more before I go away. But you know, probably not too hard, because what I'll do is I'll come back here in 2 days. And this is what I do. I make my rounds, and there's always more. And if I happen to get one that's south, it's gone south, it's gross. It's starting to get slimy. The gills are slimy. You'll see parts of it falling apart. It'll change a different color. What I do is I just stomp them and smash them in the ground. And I'm guessing that helps to repopulate them. I believe that Amanita Muscaria is a symbiotic mushroom, and it really, it's not mycelial like a lot of mushrooms are, where there's like a biome of an entire, you know, civilization of rhizomes, or the roots of mushrooms, mycelium under the ground, and they grow up from that. These actually hatch out of an egg, which is a trip. Never seen that before. I hadn't seen these mushrooms since I was 13 years old in Brookings, Oregon, with my grandparents. And I was out here hunting, and I was like, uh-oh, jackpot. All right, so I've cleaned up the 2 little ones and put them away. So I'll show you kind of right here. So all the crap on the top, not the white stuff, but all the little matter here. And I wear gloves and get all this stuff off. Take the knife and just flick that stuff off, and then I'll slice, just cut away. See if I can hold this. Do it at the same time. Not easy. Take like this. Just take my knife. Just shave the dirt off. Now, see those tunnels? Do you believe those are what worms make those? They will go up the stem. Usually don't go out into the cap, I don't think. I haven't really found any in there until they get older. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Maybe they're not, but I do know when you get bigger holes, those are definitely worms. Never seen one, and when I dehydrate them, they're gone. Like I said, what I do, the ones I eat raw, I bite off the cap. I actually ate the top off that little teeny one, the brand new one. Those are supposed to be, you know, concentrated. So I just ingested probably a decent little amount of ibotenic acid, and I'll, you know, when I get home, I'll let you know how I feel. I mean, I took a chunker off of it. Let me grab it, I'll show you. Yeah, I'll clean off, I'll shave off all the dirt on that bulb, and then I will snap the cap off. Carefully snap the cap off. See how clean those gills are? I mean, a couple little pieces of dirt, but the cleaner you get them before you put them in your bag, the less crap you have to do at home. Because when you dry them out, the dirt like just dries to it, sticks to it. And these aren't particularly sticky mushrooms, but, and I mean, they come off pretty clean. Like, it's not that hard to clean them. So I just take the little bit extra time and just a little cleaner. Knock the stuff off carefully. Get the sticks away from around it before I reach down underneath. Usually what I'll do, I'll try, take my 2 fingers like that, go around the bulb. I'll kind of grip the bulb, and I'll kind of rock it. And if I don't feel it give or pop, then I'll just come back out. I'll either take the tip of my knife, dig underneath it just a little bit and pop it up, or I'll go grab that little scoop, whatever's easiest, and get it out. But so got the one hiding over here. This one, I got those 2, and that one's beautiful, the one in the back there. Now, they're both beautiful. That one's got like sparklies on it. I haven't found any other hiders. And so we'll move on from here. And I might pick this up in a little bit. Pretty much taking care of everything unless I see something else cool on there. And then we'll pick it up back again at home when I clean them and throw them in the dehydrator. Where's the pepper bullet up there? Well, what I think is I'm going to grab them because bullets, pretty sure all of them, the whole entire genus is edible. I can't say that, but at least the ones I've looked at, the ones that we have out here, the king bullet, which I didn't know when I was younger, and I've seen huge king bullets, and I did not know that they were such a tasty edible. I'm gonna use the zoom to see if that's what I think it might be. Oh, come on, buddy. Where is he? There might be. No, I can't focus on it. I think there might be one over there at the base of that tree. So what it seems to be is when I'm in, you recognize these trees. Some young eucalyptus. Definitely not native to where I am, but they tend to grow around these ponds in these riparian zones. You can see that one's been beat heavily by the woodpeckers out here. There's downy woodpeckers, acorn woodpeckers, not so many of those. And then we have lots of red-shafted flickers. They're thick this time of year. I feel like they're popping up out of the ground as I'm sitting here. So there's those two, right? See it? See the little fella? Uh-oh. Didn't see this one. Boop. Didn't see that one. Pepper bullet growing right next to it. Pepper bullet growing right at the base of that tree where I just pulled that last one out from. The one that was kind of locked in there in those branches. I don't see any more right here, but look carefully before you leave, because I just walked over here because I saw pepper bullet, fish, whatever it is. What's over here? Oh, I wonder if there's anything else over here. Oh, there's an old one that's rotting. And so chances are there will be more here. I mean, 100% there will be more here next year, but so now I have a place to come forage them, whatever. But I guess I saw that, which is the remnants of one. Oh man, but there's more in here. You see it? See it? In there? There's that one. And look right there. There's another one. And I bet you in this pile of litter, there's more. And before you leave the area, because they'll grow in a little, 20-foot circle in here, you'll find, who knows, you find one, chances are you won't only find one, but you can find up to, I found 30 in an area this big. You just have to look. They hide, and then I'll come back in a couple days. There'll be more eggs hatched, more growing up in here. Then after I clean out this spot, I will come back in a couple days, check it again. And I skip over places too, so that I know there's going to be places thick with them when I come back in 2 days. Because this place, if I come back in 2 days, all I'll find is like little buttons or smaller ones that are just growing up that I couldn't see the egg here before. So, but come back later and we'll get some more. The geese. Won't be able to see them. The cloud layer is really low, but a decent sized eucalyptus. But once you start finding the type of ecosystem that they're in, the type of trees growing around, they're very specific, the type of trees they like to grow by. Like I said, they're symbiotic. They're not participating necessarily in the decay, which is what the mycelial mushrooms will do. They will help break down and decay the stuff on the ground. These seem to just be part of the whole system. So I don't know everything about him yet. I'm just learning, figuring him out. So for now, I'm just taste testing. So anyway, I took the bite off of that one. It's been 20 minutes probably. I feel great. Nothing wrong with me. I feel a little bit more energized, which keep me hunting. And I've eaten 15 grams of dried. It just makes me feel happy, sleepy. Takes my soreness away. Yeah, so, all right, back to it. Oh. So now this first one that I found in here, there's the other one. I hacked my way into this a little bit so I can open it up, see if there's anything more in there. I don't really see anything, but maybe roll it about there. That little pile's popped up. There might be some under there. But anyway, so these ones, you can see, these two here are more red. Most of them that I find are medium orange color, and a few are yellow. And supposedly they've decided to start splitting the genus up into numerous species, or the species up into numerous subspecies. I think based on the part of the country that they're in. I don't know that ours are anything special, but whatever. It's an Amanita Muscaria. Same old to me. Oh, what I was going to talk about was, look, a clean bulb on that. No wormies. So I think those are worm moles. I'm going to have to look into that more. But when I did pull it up, when I popped it up and the stuff fell away, the dead eucalyptus leaves, it looked like they were mosquitoes, but I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of fly who lays its eggs in the mushrooms, and the larvae feed in the mushroom and then hatch into the fly. And I thought I saw one of the worms, and I thought it may have just been visual but I thought it went really fast. Like, that's why I haven't seen them. I see all these worm trails, but I never see worms. And that's maybe because I saw this thing like, wait, and it was gone. And I never saw it again, so it might still be up in there. But anyway, so see how the veil? Look, the veil is just separating away on this one. It's actually stuck right there. Super cool. These things are so cool. This one's just super clean. This is going to be a freshie for me. I'll take them home and I'll make sure it's super clean, and then I won't put any water on them or anything. I'll just clean them off dry, and then I'll put them in vacuum seal bags. What I usually do is just cut it in half down the middle, just like that, and split it open, and then I'll lay it flat side down. So for some reason, like, I don't know, as fragile as they are, when you start throwing them in this bag, even when you get a lot, when I take the caps off of the stems, I lay the caps in there, and I throw these little guys in, just toss them in there. And they stand up pretty well as long as the caps are fresh and springy and you don't have any nasty slime stuff. I don't bring any of that with me because it seems to just ruin other ones. Like when one piece of produce goes bad, it's like the whole rest of it goes bad real fast. That's kind of how it seems to be for these. So I take home only what's good. Like I said, get rid of most of the stems, because when they get tall and they get big like that, the stems, they seem, the studies they've done to see how much compound is in them, there's not much in the stem. It's a small amount located in the bulb, and then the majority of it, like I said, under the colored layer of the cap. Supposedly the dots were the magical, it's the dots, you lick the dots. But yeah, not true. Those are just part of the protection of the little bugger when he's popping out of his egg. All right. I told you there was one under that little pile. Look how tiny he is, so pretty. Pop him out, he's gonna be a freshie. I got lots of freshies for today. I got way more freshies than I do ones I got dry, so that's good. I guess kind of a little important piece here. So we got a couple cool things. We got our eucalyptus, a little young eucalyptus. We have Himalayan blackberry. We have, this is California grape, wild grape. And it's all wrapped around my nemesis. This little bugger right here. That's a grapevine. Grapevines have these little arms that go out and wrap around stuff and hold on to it. This here, this stick, going down in this plant base down there, is our leaves of 3, leave it be, which is kind of funny. These Himalayan blackberries have 3 leaves too, but obviously they just have thorns. This is poison oak. And there ain't nothing on there to tell you what it is, but I know what it is. I've had bouts. I actually have some on my body right now from being out here tromping through. And then I noticed these guys growing on this little piece of dead burled eucalyptus. It fell off. Super sticky slimy caps. I don't know what they are. There's 3 of them. That's the nicest one over there. I'm not even going to bother with them. I got a lot to do today, so I'm going to move on. At least as far as my spot over here where my bag is concerned. Between there and there, I got a third of a bag full of mushrooms. So probably move on to the next spot. I'll probably get another spot full if there's a few, and then I'm just going to go home. So the area I just harvested those other ones in, 20 yards over there. So went out and around, came in through here. Boop. See them? 1, 2. There's just 2. I saw that one. It's like, oh, maybe just a single one. Usually that doesn't happen. Sure enough, here's a buddy. So I'm gonna look carefully. So these are young. And the leaf litter is that thick on the ground, and there's so many colors of it. Look, there's red on that eucalyptus. Like, it's hard to tell. Lots of sticks laying down over the top. There's dead stuff. So this is what they like. So as I said, when you find what they're in, that's what they're gonna be in. Keep looking through it. But I'm gonna grab these and move on. Hope to find one more spot where there's some good ones, maybe some big ones and little ones mixed together like that spot was. So I had to try to identify the Novetta. It's so cute. Parasola plicatellus. Little parasol is what I believe it is. It's got pleats on the cap. I'm trying to see if you can see the ridges. Most mushrooms are smooth on top. So apparently this one will continue to expand outwards from a cone into a flat disc. That dusky brown spot in the center will stay that color, but then apparently the outside will turn kind of a milky blue. I mean, I haven't 100% identified it because I haven't done a spore print. Mushrooms are tricky, people, and I would say I don't touch white mushrooms. I just don't, because so many of them are poisonous, which is a tricky thing because the ones you buy at the store are pretty much, normal mushrooms. They're white mushrooms. But the reason that they sell those is they're super easy to grow. They grow a perfect size for commercials. They grow fast and it's super easy. But most of the white ones that I find out here are Angel of Death. Yeah, stuff like that. Have horrible names, and a lot of them are Amanita species. So just like the Amanita Muscaria I'm pulling up right now. But I just don't mess with white mushrooms. And most of the little brown mushrooms, that's what they're classified as in your mushroom book. LBMs, little brown mushrooms. Super hard to identify. I mean, you really have to look at distribution, time of the year that they're growing. Do they grow in your area? What time of the year do they grow in your area? What specific, types of litter do they like? Do they like dead leaf litter? Do they like hardwoods? Do they like softwoods? Do they like evergreens? Mushrooms are very specific to stuff like that. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I can see this one from here, barely. I don't know if we'll be able to get it. But see that branch? See right in the dead center, just over that branch. There's a little mushroom popping up there. Don't know what it is. Not gonna mess with it. There's so many species out here. I'm sticking with my amanitas until I maybe find some sort of psilocybe or something that I've never found a psilocybe, and that I know for sure. Found dung lovings before, liberty caps, but no psilocybes that I know for sure. So, all right, continues. Thought I'd show this as it's kind of unique to our area of the woods over here. So what this is, how this pond was formed, you can see it's very distinct lines. So how it was formed was early 1960s, or maybe late 50s. They came out here to this part of the river zone and brought some massive, like you've seen on Gold Rush, Tony Beats, bucket line dredge. and they came out in here and they mined for gold. They dredged out these areas. Those are tailings. Built up these levees with tailings. I'm standing on. And left these ponds behind for the wildlife. I mean, you can't see these from any road. There are thousands of them in this small, I don't even know how many acres are out here, but there's ponds everywhere. So you could walk out here. I mean, you can see there's a deer trail coming out of the water over there. There's another one over there. There's wildlife everywhere here. This is one of my favorite places. One of my favorite places in the world, probably. I don't know. I love Trinidad and Northern California. I love the ocean. It's just amazing. But I just love it out here. There's everything. If it went, you know, if the shit hit the fan, so to speak, I'd be okay. I'll be okay. I got fishing poles, got a shotgun, got rifles, reloading equipment, plenty of ammo, one kind of mushroom, two more different kinds of mushrooms. Those are the seabirds. That's everywhere. Here is a sear structural beam. Had to have been part of the dredging operation out here in the 60s. Well, anyway, so yeah, then they took the stuff that they dredged up, they took a lot of it up. What? Dude. Took a lot of it up and helped build the dam for the lake. Just walked up on this. Don't find that ever. This is a redwood slider. So, what's left of redwood slider? There's bones in there. Huh. Well, there's a skull. What a trip. Come back and get that next directly. There's a little bit of meat right now. I don't know what got it. Coyote? I don't know. Nice trail right here. More mushrooms. So, I kind of walked up in here and I don't find them, you know, these kind of mushrooms seem to have this area covered. See something poking out down there, but it might be a yellow one. It might just be one of these big white ones I've been finding. What's this one? I don't know. Tricky. It just doesn't seem to. It seems to be kind of barren of leaf litter over there. That's one. Also, yeah, it is. It's a super light yellow one. See the variation? Red ones, orange ones, super light yellow. I can see the dots. And obviously, there's another one. Oh, here's my next spot. All right, I'm gonna get to it. I just shut the video off. Didn't even see this one yet. Boom! That one, see how the top of it's got a little white showing there? I don't know, could be a little past its prime, but we'll find out. Some of these monster ones, they're perfect, and some of them are just starting to turn to slime, so dig around in here a little bit, see if I can find some buttons. But so far it's pretty cool. All right. Again, just shut the video off. Turn around and get to it. My foot, right there. You can see it. That's why, like I said, don't walk. Like, kneel down, kind of poke around where in the spot where you're kneeling, and make sure you don't have any little bumpies of leaves. Where one could be hiding under there, a little bumpy. Well, all right, cool. There's some little teeny white ones growing over there. It's crazy this time of year. All right. As suspected, mush. When I grabbed, I couldn't see it. When I grabbed the stalk, I was like, ew. Like, it's pulling away. It's all just gross, dude. Yeah. So I will smush it in my hand and just kind of cast it around so it gets all over the place. And I mean, they put out spores, so I'm imagining that's how they're propagating. So I guess spore turns into an egg, which turns into a shroom. So Cool. All right, we'll get these other ones. Another hunting tip I can give you to possibly find some that you normally wouldn't have seen when you walked in on a place going one direction to the other. If I had not walked around to look at this from different angles, I'd never seen that. Way up underneath these things, barely, the thing is barely growing up out of the ground. Doesn't have the chance to pop out, you know, and open itself up broadly out in the open, just because of the way it ended up. So yeah, I want to show that. I just found this literally at the base. There's like a little open spot right up against the tree, that big eucalyptus tree. Found it. And seeing all around me, baby. These are our baby local blue oak trees. Basically, baby being retarded by giant invasive non-native species. These guys, who knows how long they'd have to grow before who knows how old they are. They might be 20 years old. Who knows how long they'd have to grow before they could get enough sun to get big. Yeah. It's sad, but whatever. It is what it is. We got a lot of oak trees in California. And I'm gonna identify this one, and then I'm gonna show you something else I just found not too far from here on my way out. All right, bye. So the picture mushroom app identifies this as a Gymnopilus ventricosus, also known as jumbo gym, GYM, like gymnasium. Inedible. And I'm gonna go, that's probably 99% color. Attached gills but notched towards the stem. Ring, fibrillose stem, club-shaped stem. Everything matches that. I mean, without a spore print, where I measure the shape, size, and color of the spores to definitely narrow it down to at least genus, if not species. I will never 100%, you know. Definitely Amanita Muscaria, nothing like that. This time of year, in this spot, it is what it is. Obviously, I'm eating a bunch of it. I ate some today. It's been over an hour and a half. I still feel fine, so I'm actually going to take another nibble. I feel good. So I'm going to take another nibble. I'm going to keep pushing it kind of to test this on myself. But so that one that was growing up underneath that stuff is starting to get slimy, so you can see the chunks. So up under there, it's already dropped some spores up under where it was, but you know, might not generate, might, you know, comes up, but I won't be able to see it again. So I'll clump it up, you know, crush it up and chuck them out here. So every gill's got tons of spores attached to it. So I got them all over the place. So hopefully they'll pop up somewhere. So not only am I harvesting, and you can see the pieces here and pieces there. Not only am I harvesting, but I'm also attempting to propagate the species and keep them coming around. All right. I'm gonna grab my stuff on the way out. I'll show you what I was looking at. So first, I do believe that this would be the parent blue oak of our babies that are around here. Oh, there's another one. That's probably it. So they're competing. They're having a rough time though, because eucalyptus grows fast, and it grew up big and tall and fast. There's so many of them around here. Just had to stretch out this way to get this sunlight. Now this eucalyptus is growing over the top of it, and so it'll choke it out. Yeah, not healthy. Galls, you know, it's just not doing too good. But this is cool. So up on this little hill here, are some big cypresses. You don't see out here, really, not at all. This one's good size, and they got lucky. I think they were here before the dredge got in here, and somehow, I don't know if these eucalyptuses got in here. Maybe the dredge came over from Australia and brought us eucalyptus. I don't know. We have a lot of eucalyptus around here in this area. That's a cypress piece. That's probably pretty nice inside. That'd be heavy to carry out of here. Cypress is a very valuable wood. This one's a monster. That's big. That's 100 foot tall. This one. So we got 1 cluster, 2 cluster, 3 cluster, and then this Mr. 45 hanging out over here. Pretty cool. Oh, there's some smaller cypress logs. I might have to come back in here and get those. That might be pretty cool. So, all right, I'm humping out of here. Inevitably, I'll find a little patch on my way out, I'm sure. Always do. What do we got here? Different. I'm gonna take. I've never found chanterelles, and they're supposed to be just the best. I mean, they kind of look like that, like a flute, like weird with like oyster lips. Oh, whoa! There's a bunch of stuff over there. Okay, look around out here. I'm gonna get out of here, and then when I get home, I'll show you how I clean them up and stuff. So bodily and mentally, I feel great. I have energy. I feel great. Even though I've been humping around out there and digging these things up, I didn't do as much as I normally would in that amount of time because I was spending a lot of time explaining and filming. Got a little bag. So I spent almost 2 hours since I took a little snack pack. Like that one little guy. I can find him in here. Kind of like that little. No, I'm gonna take a bite out of this one. Nope, baby. All right, this isn't the one I bit off of, but this is about what the other one that I did. And I didn't take this whole top off, but I bit the cap off. Like I'm gonna do it again. So, what I was gonna say is, I feel great. I have a little bit of a, I don't know, like a numb tongue, weird mouth feeling. Kind of, maybe it's ibotenic acid in your mouth. It gave me a runny nose, but that's also probably because it's cold and moist out here. Anyway. Still bite. So those are those pink ones that I was looking at. Yeah, there was tons of them. What's weird is they come up like this and they flip themselves inside out. So I don't know what they are. I doubt they're chanterelles, but I'll identify them when I get home. We'll add them to our list of today. Anyway, shout out Oville, OWA. All right, thank you.